welcome to the Quick Fix, the bite-sized edition of the Fulham Fix, and today's a special one. It's focusing on our record-breaking squad and what they've managed to achieve and what we're about to do.
Yes, well, it's unprecedented what they've achieved, Ivan, and we haven't done a Fulham Fix because we've been off season for a second.
Yeah.
And in the interim of being so, we've beaten Forest 5-0.
Yes.
We beat someone else 5-0. I can't remember who we beat.
We beat West Ham 5-0.
We beat West Ham
First time in a
5-0.
decade we've beaten West Ham.
We beat West Ham 5-0. Beat Wolves 3-2.
Yep.
2 of which definitely weren't penalties, but we'll chalk them off.
Yeah.
We've beaten Arsenal.
We should have been down to 4 men as well with that game.
Points.
Yeah.
We beat Arsenal 2-1 here. Made the best Fulham performance I've seen in a long time.
It was unbelievable.
We've been beaten by Burnley. We've been beaten 3-0 at Bournemouth. It's been chaotic.
It's a Newcastle in there as well somewhere.
It's
been weird, isn't it?
4-1 at Newcastle.
Yeah, but we were down to 10 men.
I can't remember a more eventful month of football.
Yeah, it's been bizarre, man. It's been a very, very Fulham month. You know, we went from the informed team scoring goals for fun to then there was one point within the space of 2 weeks, we went from a -10 goal difference to a 0.
Yeah.
Back to -8 goal difference, all within about 2 weeks of each other, which was quite spectacular.
It was, and meanwhile,
then beat Arsenal.
And as you just said and alluded to, in the middle of all of that, on a weeknight at Everton, where we're 1-0 up in a League Cup quarter-final, and we get pegged back for penalties, a game that 100% of the time in history, Fulham end up losing that game on penalties. Yeah. We hold our nerve
again,
and Tosin scores a winning penalty, and we're in the semi-finals of the League Cup for the first time in our history. I'm actually, as I'm saying that with the cottage behind me, I'm fizzing with anticipation about...
You're buzzed, man.
Well, the return leg here,
yeah.
I genuinely think, I've been telling people, and this might be misguided, and it might be foolish.
Go on.
But I've been saying to people, 2 legs suits us better than 1 against Liverpool.
What? on what? On what grounds?
Well, I think 1 leg at Anfield...
Yes.
I think if you're going toe-to-toe, 1 leg at Anfield, there aren't many teams in the world that fancy themselves at Anfield. But I think if we come back to the cottage, 1 goal deficit, 2 goal deficit, all square.
3 goal deficit.
3 goal deficit.
Yeah.
Juventus.
Yeah.
We're in this. Because as Jeff said to me just earlier, it will be a Derby County-esque atmosphere in the playoff final. It will be buzzing if we come here with any chance.
Agreed.
Second leg.
What point does it stop being a Derby County atmosphere? How bad do we have to come back here?
I think we have to get done 6-0.
And then it's just going to be an atmosphere. Yeah. But recently we almost beat them at Anfield, man. Like we were 3-2 up with whatever, like 5 minutes to go, and
worldies.
They absolute worldies. Like, And
I will also say,
go on.
No Salah.
There is no Salah.
There's no Salah. We haven't got.
We're missing Bassi and we're missing Iwobi.
Right, actually, that is quite problematic.
Yeah, it is.
But,
but no Salah, right?
I'm believing. I really am believing, and I know Fulham fans are out there believing. How do you see it going?
It's going to be tough. Look, let's be honest. Like, we've had a few good results against Liverpool in recent years, but to kind of conclusively beat them, to make it to a final, that's a big ask. Obviously, we've had a sneaky win here and there. We've had some nice draws. We've had some close shaves.
Yeah.
And I mean, someone was saying to me, is it Liverpool? Who have Liverpool got in the cup, in the FA Cup?
Oh, they got Arsenal on Sunday.
Yes, so they're hoping, right, if they could get a draw, Arsenal can then take it to a replay, which is an extra match.
Stack up games.
I'm saying this, hoping that Rotherham doesn't do that to us.
I don't think that's as much of an issue for us as it is for them.
Yeah.
If they draw with us, why are we kidding ourselves into giving ourselves all these reasons? I'll give you another reason why we might come out all right.
Go on.
I got my beard trimmed at the barber's the other day.
Yeah.
He supports Liverpool. We got a rapport. I support Fulham. He supports Liverpool.
Okay, cool.
I was like, Wednesday, man, it's on. He went, what's happening on Wednesday?
Oh, that makes me angry.
Well, do you know what it feeds into, though? It feeds into a general psyche that Liverpool aren't prepared.
Right. Because your barber isn't prepared.
Yeah. But externally as a fan base, they're a bit like, oh, are we in the semi-final League Cup?
Yeah,
are we? Oh, maybe we are.
Oh, another cup.
It's such a huge deal to us, and I do think that's going to feed in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Do you think, in a way, the people at Carabao should just put us into the final because we want it more?
Against Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although a Chelsea final would be lovely, wouldn't it? To tonk Chelsea.
Oh, and that's a winnable game as well.
I think so.
Actually, I do you know, I feel really concerned now, but we just jinxed all of it with optimism.
So, you know, obviously you're feeling very optimistic. I am not. Well, don't get me wrong. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a tough game, and I think we're going to take it to them. But it's going to be. I think they are used to. They know what it takes to get to a final.
Of course.
I remember. Obviously, there was a chance back in the day we could have faced them in the Europa final.
Yeah, of course. Hamburg, yeah.
And I was like, anyone but Liverpool, because they know what it's like to make it to a final. They know what it's like to win a final.
Yeah.
And I thought, if we're facing them, we have that whole history with them. We know how hard they are to play against, how hard they are to beat, how good they are at winning finals.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be that kind of. I think they're going to be good games. They're going to be close games. They're going to be tight games, and we're going to look at our team. And we're going to be proud. That's what I'm going to say. At the end of 2 legs, we're going to be proud.
Yeah.
Of what? Like, of, whether we've won or, look, I don't know. I can't tell you. Yeah. But I know there's going to be pride. I'm going to be doing a lot of that.
I think that's a great way of putting it. And I think it's interesting you alluded to that time with Liverpool not making the final, actually, Atletico knocking them out in our Europa League run, because we went to Hamburg that year, obviously, and we got a draw in the first leg of that semi-final. It was 0-0.
Yeah.
And I remember celebrating at the end in Hamburg, like we'd won 3 or 4-0. And that's what we need, a similar feeling.
Yeah.
Throwing up like bodies in front of the ball. Do you know what I mean? That kind of performance at Anfield.
Agreed.
Come back and anything can happen.
Agreed.
Stand up if you still believe. Come on, Fulham Football Club.